My entire ESPN career here, I've had some version of you being ready to shoot. And, man, that first quarter was like the old days. I thought you were going to go for 100, man. How do you describe that first quarter and when you got to 30,000?
I was sort of in a zone, you know. It's everybody kept telling me to be aggressive today and really try to find myself early, and then that's what I did. You know, found a good rhythm. First shot was kind of like a mid-range shot and went in, and it was kind of off from there. And shot a three right on the next possession and was able to knock that down. And you know, it is for shooters when you make a couple shots, you see the ball go through the net. It's just the confidence is through the roof, and the guys kept finding me in great spots, and I was just you know, trying to be aggressive and assertive. And I'm glad it worked out that way, you know. And then the second quarter, I was sitting on 18. I was walking out, and I see the whole crowd already get up. They already knew the play was for me. And then I shot the air ball, and I think I rushed it a little bit on the baseline. But then I was able to get it the next time down. And it was an incredible feeling to, you almost feel the buzz in the arena. You know, every time I touched it, there was some buzz, and I heard that and I felt it. And that definitely helped me get going, and it was a great night for me.
30,000 is such an amazing number. When you think about it, when you reflect and you think about whatever, what is it likely, Dirk, that you'll be reflecting about?
Well, it's all the people that ride with you for such a long time. It's your family. It's the hard work you put in, and the people that supported you throughout thick and thin. And there were tough times, and obviously Mark and the guys here in the Mavericks kept believing in me, and so it's been a special ride, and I really enjoyed every minute of it. So hopefully there's a couple more years to come, and a couple more baskets to come, but it's been a fun ride for sure.
Speaking of baskets, do you remember your first bucket?
I do, actually. You know, my first game was against Detlef Schrempf, who was a hero in Germany. It was in Seattle, and that was my first game in the lockout year, and I think I was like 0 for 5 from the field or something.
That's exactly
I didn't
right.
Get a field goal. I did have two free throws though, and then my first bucket didn't come to my second game, which was in Golden State, and I even hit a three that night. So at least I got on the board that game. But my first game was one of the worst games I played. I was nervous. There was German media everywhere, meeting Detlef before the game. It was all so surreal and so weird, and that was definitely one of my worst nights.
We were watching that shot that you made against Golden State, and it's like, look at that kid, man. It's just, you were so young. When you think back on that kid, do you think he'd have believed that you'd do what you've done?
Not really. You know, I think there's a lot of confident young men in this league, but I wasn't one of them. You know, I was worried my first year that the step from the second division in Germany to the NBA was unheard of, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, if I'm built for it, if I'm strong enough, if I'm good enough. So there were some doubts in my first year, you know, when there were games where I didn't play at all. There were games where I was just overwhelmed with everything, and you know, some of my teammates were big for me. Steve Nash, obviously, Michael Finley were some of my huge supporters early, and you know, they kept being positive with me, kept pushing me to become better, and they always had my back. So I had a lot of support my first couple of years when things didn't go so well, and I just stuck with it. Every summer I went back home, try to work, try to add new things, trying to get better as a player, and come back stronger. So that really helped in my career.
You know what's funny is I'm looking at the list that you're with, and you think about, like, say, MJ. You look at pictures of Michael, he looks basically the same. Sure, we all get a little older, but as I'm looking at the pictures of you through the years, man, you've been like 12 different people. You look at the different hairstyles and beards and this and that. Do you have a favorite version of yourself? Like when you see an old school picture and you go, man, I love that look.
Not really. I've had a bunch of bad looks, I gotta admit, and the worst might actually be when I got drafted and they flew me over and I had the hair parted down the middle. I had the earring going, and I still see that obviously online everywhere, and that was just the worst look of them all. But I tried a little bit of everything over the years. I had the long look with the bandana one time, and
Yeah.
I mean, I really tried it all. So now I try to keep it pretty basic because I'm old.
The last thing I want to know is just, and you mentioned that you're not done. There's still this year. There's still next year. Is there any hill to climb? I mean, what do you want to do?
Well, you know, I think competing is still what drives me. Winning games, helping win games. Obviously, you slow down a step and things get a little harder at times. Getting up in the morning is not the easiest anymore. Practices are tough. But once the game comes along and you feel the buzz in the crowd and the tip-off goes up, and then it's still fun. It's still fun to go up and down. It's still fun to compete. So, you know, however long my body holds up and it's still fun and I'm still able to be efficient and help this franchise win some games, I'll be around, and if the time comes, I think my body will tell me, and then it's time to go.
Well, you're only 8,302 points shy of Kareem, so get shots up, get buckets, man.
Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
Hey, listen, Kareem, Karl Malone, Kobe, MJ, Wilt, Dirk Nowitzki. That's an amazing list to join, and I can't thank you enough for sharing some of your thoughts and memories and time tonight. Congratulations. I've appreciated so much doing the highlights and talking to you over the years. Keep doing your thing, man.
Thanks, my man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. If you want more great content, be sure to subscribe to ESPN's YouTube channel so you'll always stay up to date on all things SVP, which sounds awesome. You don't want to miss out.